process through the district complaint procedure. There is a timer that will be set, and we do ask that you please stop after the 3 minutes. I will address that point. First, we have Hope Goodman.
Hi, I'm Hope Goodman. I do not have kids in the school system at the present, but I grew up here, I graduated from here, and my boys went here. And I think of my 3 granddaughters that I have. Some here about the allegations of Mr. Adams against Hannah Robart. I know her, she graduated with my son. And, Hannah Judge. These are Hannah Robart's too. Hannah Judge. And I'm very concerned about it. I've read it. I've heard it's not sexual, it's harassment. I think when you're a leader of anything, whether it's a ball team, whether it's the president, definitely the superintendent of over 3,000 kids, I think your conduct needs to be presented just a little bit more. I don't know why you're Facebooking people on Facebook. I've heard that now. I've seen it black and white, so I know it's true. I don't know if it's made it out yet. And I don't know Hannah super well, but I don't know why anybody would want this kind of attention brought to her. And I just sit here and shake as a mother, and I cannot imagine this was my daughter. I was probably losing shit, in my language. And I cannot imagine if somebody ever did this to my baby. So I know most of you all in here, and I'm just saying, I don't know what the law is. It's very irresponsible for himself. He is the superintendent of the school system. He's been educated and everything else. You do not do what he's done here. You don't have to say sexual, but you do not text and go see somebody and then you ask not to go to school and you go home. And why a superintendent has a Facebook page and their Facebook invite females, I'll have no idea. I mean, when my son was in school, some of the teachers said, I will not be your Facebook friend until you write. And I think that's very appropriate, unless you're like an FFA and you're young contact and everything. So a lot of you all, daughter. I don't know much that you used to be a student here. Y'all have thought, pick yourself in Hannah's pants thing. Put them in this situation. As I sit here and shake. And this is not even my child. But I live in this county, I'm from this county, and I don't want to be embarrassed to this county of what Mr. Chuck has done. And I hope y'all do responsible things. And if the courts don't play it out, that we do not need to be in this school system roaming these halls. We can continue to take personal days, or he can take a leave of absence, or we can get him on administrative leave. But do the right thing. Stop and think. If this was your daughter, what would you do? Or your thank you. That's a good time. Go, get busted up.
Hello, I'm Christy Reynolds. I've been a resident of Spencer County for 22 years. I have 3 students that have been in the Spencer County School District for the past 16 years. I currently serve on the SPDM for the high school. And so my first, I guess my biggest question, or first just to kind of start the whole thing, I mean, obviously the school board is elected by the people. And the primary position or important responsibility is to work with the community to provide this ongoing educational experience, but also to provide leadership and hire a superintendent who's going to provide not only the best learning experience, but a safe environment for our students, because safety is yet, but we shouldn't have to be concerned or worried about it until we do know. And at that point, he needs to be placed on administrative leave until we get to the bottom of it. Beyond what was on WDRB News, there are some concerning allegations on his behavior in other areas that are red flags for me, and all of them point to a problem where he does not need to be in a leadership position, especially for adolescents and small children. It was absolutely mind-boggling to me when he roamed the halls on Friday as if to say, I'm untouchable, I'm back, and you can't touch me. I saw Chuck Adams last night, so I came to the special called meeting. He was unavailable, he couldn't be found at the time of adjourning the meeting. But I sat in the parking lot, and he sure did show up after everybody left to talk to this gentleman.
Ms. Stevens, I've got several questions. I'd like an explanation why that Herndon and you didn't return my phone call about Chuck Adams. I'd like to know why Clevenger, Shelburne, and even Bonham did. I'd like, Ms. Stevens, for someone to explain to me why that your policies and procedures that you approved that would be sent to the victim, Hannah Jaggers, basically everything that Hannah is stating in her complaint, including the time, the actions, the events. Do you know who the complaint goes to? It goes to Chuck Adams. If you had a rapist that was stalking you, it's like giving him the keys to your house. I'd like to know, Miss Stevens, how is it that this board adopted policies in this manner? Shouldn't the complaint go to the chairperson of the school board in the event that the issue is with the superintendent? Can you explain to me or any other school board member why that I spent 2 months in the court system fighting to unseal a divorce and an EPO on the superintendent? Why were they sealed to begin with? You know, I've said this about every agency and elected official in this county. If you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have anything to fear from me. But the minute you go and lie or you try to cover up to me, there's going to be hell to be paid. And I want to know, have any of you looked at the EPO, at the divorce, at the accusations of his wife under an affidavit confirming that this is truthful, that he uses drugs, that he's been jacked up, that he's attacked her, that he's been diagnosed with narcissism? Have any of you looked at this? I want to know if any of you have looked at Donovan Hawkins' lawsuit. Now, I know it came to you in executive session, and I know Chuck wouldn't give you a copy. He said, you got 5 minutes. Look at it. Have any of you looked at it? Have you read it? Have you seen that Donovan Hawkins was basically a whistleblower? And Chuck got rid of him. And whether you want to believe it or not, there are staff and teacher members in this school district that are afraid for their job. But you know what? They're not afraid to come and talk to me